Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's BB24 chat.
It's episode 15.
Yes.
Thank you, Big Brother, for effing things up by having that double episode that we assumed was 2 episodes, but it's not. So I'm going to have to go back and fix everything. And yes, I don't have my glasses. I can't see anything
I'm
at
going to
all.
be your seeing eye dog tonight.
Woof.
Yeah. So anyway, this was a big episode, but let's talk about last time. Michael used the power veto on his own nominations.
Yes, he got rid of Terry, Joseph, and Monty on the block, and he replaced them with, who? Daniel and Kyle?
Oh my god, we saw that coming, right?
Of course.
Yeah, so this is a big night. Festy besties are over, but we're not there yet. We're but firsting.
We got a lot to get to tonight.
Yeah.
Do we though?
Yeah. I mean, DJ Showtime with his epic fail. Terrence was very confident.
He's a legend in his own mind.
Very confident that he would be able to get the votes here to save Daniel this week. Terrence. What?
Come on, Terry.
He's a legend in his own mind. But
stop sniffing the fumes coming out of the oven.
I don't know what's going on there, but neither does Terrence.
Exactly. He doesn't know what's going on at this point.
Yeah. Well, Daniel is finally
he's putting 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. He's like, okay, Nicole and I figured out that what we're calling the Sorry Six, they're all working together. So he basically figured out
now.
Yeah. He basically figured out the leftovers minus Kyle. Yeah.
But then he figured out Kyle.
Well, he was all braggy about it. Like, I figured it out immediately. 2 weeks
after.
Later. Yeah. Because he was talking about how it was so obvious after the Amira vote, and it was even more obvious after the Nicole vote.
After they told me, it was very obvious.
Dude.
I immediately knew.
Yeah.
After they told me.
It was weird how him and Nicole were talking about this alliance last week, and they were just missing Kyle, but then it seemed like they took a step backwards this week when there was more evidence to prove
all of a sudden
that all these people were working together.
He's got this alliance figured out, but then he doesn't think that Joseph is working with them.
Like, what? And then all of a sudden he's like, no, Joseph and Kyle are with them.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's realizing it's a 7-person alliance that he's up against. Uh-oh.
How many people are left? 12?
It was 12, yeah. Now it's 11. 11sies.
Daniel, can you do the math?
Well, anyway.
Which one of these is bigger than the other?
Yeah. So then, took a break from the game for a little bit to show us Cidergate.
Cidergate. As if we hadn't had enough with Muffingate.
This was a nice little change-up, though. I mean...
Why? Do you like to see Alyssa drunk twerking on the dirty-ass floor?
It was super cringe, but it was also funny because it was so cringe. And I loved how Jasmine was like, she's on the dirty-ass floor!
That's exactly what we said.
I know! About Jasmine the other day.
I have a question.
Okay.
Teacher, I have a question. Did Kyle get a boner when he saw Alyssa twerking on the dirty-ass floor?
Probably. I mean, the way that Kyle talks about it, it's like he's in a constant state of bonerness. I don't know.
Is his boner broken?
I don't know. Did he take Cialis and it's over 4 hours? You're supposed to call a doctor, man. I don't know. But yeah, Alyssa got into Michael's cider. She drank his last cider without asking permission.
That was really rude.
And Indy
then played dumb.
Yeah, Indy was on the hunt here, trying to figure out who it was. Maybe it's the girl who's freaking twerking on the floor.
I mean, does it really take a rocket scientist to figure this out? That the drunk girl is the one who had the alcohol?
I mean, to be fair, they did get booze from BB that night, so it wasn't like they were only drinking Michael's cider. So, kind of opens up the playing field a little bit more. But still, come on. So, that was a fun little aside.
Baby got into the alcohol cabinet.
Too much. Okay, so, speaking of this Showmance, Kyle and Alyssa. Kyle's like, I'm nervous because I'm on the block. Like, we might have to distance ourselves from each other this week.
Weren't they all over each other all week?
Yes.
This was such a lie.
It was a lot.
Kyle's sleeping with the enemy. They're not in the same alliance.
And Alyssa's like, oh, the hot and the cold, I just can't take it. If this was in the real world, I wouldn't be dealing with this.
I need a constant stream of boners. What shall I do?
But seriously, that clip was very, like, inaccurate, I feel, for this week, because these two were not distancing themselves from each other. No freaking way.
Wasn't this the week where he was like, I just want to lie on top of you naked and we should probably do it, but we shouldn't?
Yeah. They agreed they were going to wait until one of them had HOH so they could have the room to themselves.
Oh, boy. All right.
Okay, so back to Daniel.
Oh, sad clown Daniel. Who's calling other people clowns when he's actually the sad Elvis clown. Yeah. He's the sad Elvis Pagliacci.
Well, he's trying to figure out if he can get the votes to stay this week. He knows he's up against a big alliance.
He's delusional. He drank his own Kool-Aid. He said, I can do this.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so he would need 5 votes to stay because there's no way that Michael's keeping him, right? Michael's not going to break a tie in his favor. So he needs 5 votes. I don't know.
Maybe in Daniel's world he is.
Not even in Daniel's world. So he's like, okay, I have Jasmine, Terrence, we can get Indy, and then I would have to get Joseph and Alyssa.
Okay, I could possibly see Joseph.
No.
If I was...
Joseph is an undercover agent here.
I mean, if I was delusional Daniel.
Okay.
I could possibly see Joseph.
Right, okay.
But to get somebody to vote out their Showmance?
Alyssa, of all people?
Have you seen the boners? Did you think they were for you, Daniel?
Daniel decides, okay, I need to focus on Alyssa first, because if I can't get Alyssa, forget it. So he makes this pitch to Alyssa, and he's like, I'm doing this as your friend. This is not a campaign.
This is not so I can stay. It's just because I care for you so deeply, but not as much as Palomar.
I was going to say that. Oh, my God. Okay,
and not in the same way.
Palomar is like a sister to me.
A sister with benefits?
I don't know. There's something weird going on there. But anyway, Daniel is telling Alyssa, I'm giving you this information as a friend because I want to see you go far. Don't stay with Kyle. Keep me. No, he was saying, Kyle, your wonderful showmance, is working in this alliance with 6 other people. He is a part of that.
Right. And you're not a part of that.
Yeah, he was saying that group was all hanging out upstairs last week. Kyle was down here trying to distract you.
They told me not to use the veto last week, but I did, because if I didn't do it, he wasn't going to save you.
Ooh! I mean, honestly, Daniel's clocking here. He's clocking a lot. And I don't think Alyssa's really believing any of this.
She seemed, she feigned some concern.
Is my relationship real?
Is it even real? Girl, you saw the boners. You decide.
But anyway,
you can't fake a boner.
It kills me how Daniel has said so many times now, showmances don't get that far very often, blah, blah, blah.
But they do.
Haven't you, watched the show?
I beg to differ.
They tend to make it very far. But anyway, yeah, so he's trying to tell Alyssa, Kyle ain't shit. You know, cut him. Get rid of him. I will protect you if I stay. Blah, blah, blah.
I'll do my Elvis for you next week.
Okay. So then, Jasmine was just, like, playing fast and loose with the information this week.
Oh, boy.
There was this clip where Jasmine, Daniel, and Joseph were all hanging out in the living room.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking about the Leftovers Alliance and, like, who's in it. And they're saying this, like, all in front of Joseph. And by this point, like, doesn't Daniel already think Joseph's in it?
Joseph is in the Alliance.
Yeah, awkward.
We've got to get Dan out. This is Dan.
Exactly. But Jasmine was like, "You're not in the alliance, right?" Joseph was like, "No." But Jasmine also said that Joseph is lost in the sauce. He doesn't know what's going on.
He's lost in the sauce. Julie!
Yeah, so Daniel says that that Michael made the worst move of the season, taking Monty, Joseph, and Terrence off the block.
To Joseph. He said that with Joseph sitting right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen people make worse moves for their games, like maybe using the veto knowing that your number one ally would go up on the block and then they get voted out. That's pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
That's pretty bad. But anyway,
it worse.
That's just my opinion.
All right, well, Julie, let's check in with Julie.
Okay.
And Julie says...
Let's check in with the nominees.
Yes.
The nominees.
So Daniel went first. He had a speech that said, please vote to evict me because you're all a bunch of sheep.
A bunch of clowns. I'm going to go hang out
with Palomar and Nicole.
I'm sorry, but like seriously, what is the obsession with Paloma? What is that? Where does it come from? You only knew her for a few days. Like, what's going on here?
It's weird. It's
a lot.
Get it out of here.
It's a lot.
All right.
Honestly, though, the rest of his speech like kind of slapped.
He said Michael's gonna win. Michael is a comp beast. Mm-hmm. You better watch out for Michael. And yes, that is true.
And he was also saying it's pretty obvious that Michael and Monty are working together because in what world would you not leave Monty up on the block unless you were working with him? You know, so...
I mean, I think everybody knows that Monty and Michael are working together.
It's pretty much out there by now.
All of the alliance, and you've already told everybody else privately, so...
I think it was a solid speech, though. Like, obviously he wasn't going to be flipping any votes here. I don't think that was the goal of this speech. But,
no.
I thought it was solid.
Okay. I will give it an B+ for effort.
Okay.
All right, and then Kyle said, I have a boner right now.
No!
I hope I win HOH so that I can take care of this.
I can't. Is it in the unsolved cases pile?
Still unsolved. Nicole, give us a call. We have
Muffingate, Cidergate, Bonergate.
Bonergate, oh my goodness.
I know.
That's slicker than a butterbean.
Okay. So then it was time for the vote, and by a vote of 8-1, Daniel was evicted. And Terrence was the one. Are you the one?
I am the one.
Terrence was.
He's still the one.
Yes.
All right, so Daniel whispered to Terry on the way out. By the way, the only person that he hugged.
Right. He bolted out of there. Terrence followed him out. Daniel warned him ahead of time that he was going to be doing that. So Terrence knew he needed to move it if he was going to get that hug.
Yeah. Julie wanted to know, what did you tell Terry on the way out? What did you whisper? Because I couldn't hear. I couldn't hear it in my ear.
Yeah.
So he said, I told him I left a present under his pillow. Some,
was it a cat turd?
No.
I'm sorry. I just have to tell this quick story. When I was younger, my sister and I were like fighting or whatever.
I wish I had known this.
And to get back at me for something, I don't even know what I did. I don't know. She put a cat turd in my, no, it was Verdell's. It was a Chihuahua turd.
No, I thought it was a cat turd.
I think it was a Chihuahua turd.
I thought it was a cat turd.
I don't know. I don't remember. They're both small. But anyway, she put a turd in my pillowcase.
An animal turd.
And
then took it out.
And then felt guilty and took it out, but didn't wash the pillowcase or the pillow or tell me. And she told me later on. So I was like, cool. But that is not what Daniel left for Terrence, because I don't think he had access to animal turds.
Animal turds, no.
So instead, he left some, like, hair wax or something.
Okay. What's he going to do with that?
Honestly, I think Daniel was trying to maybe cause some drama on his way out by whispering in Terrence's ear.
I think that's probably what it was.
Everyone's going to be like, oh, what was that all about?
What did he say? Did he tell you a secret about Julie?
I mean, it's an opportunity for Terrence to be like, this is what Daniel said on his way out, and no one else will be able to confirm it. So, anyway.
I don't think it's going to make it.
Yeah, but it's, fun
it ain't going to make a hill of butter beans difference. All right, so, yes, he joins Julie. Mm-hmm. She said, keep your distance. Don't cry for me, Big Brother 24.
Yeah. what was with that speech? What's the deal? And Daniel was all like, Michael is the best player in this house. Probably the best player we've seen in years.
Julie said, I know, thank you, B+ for effort. All right, so she's on that St. Francis Prep grading curve. So
yeah. Well,
we're very familiar with that.
Daniel is saying that he knew he was going to be out of here ever since Nicole left.
Yeah.
He couldn't get it together after that. He knew that the cards were
He couldn't get it together before that either.
Yeah. But once Nicole was gone, he was like, oh well. And Julie was asking, like, okay, so you used the veto last week, and then Nicole went up and out. Do you take any responsibility for that? And Daniel was like, no responsibility at all. I wasn't the HOH. I didn't put her up. You knew she was going to go up.
You knew.
I'm sorry. I call BS on that.
Yes. Also, Julie confirmed the 7 alliance to him.
Yeah.
She was very happy to do that. She didn't have to pull out her receipts because he had all of his answers correct.
Yeah, so he was pretty pleased with himself that he figured it out.
She also kind of glazed over the whole bullying thing about the...
Sort of, but she did bring it up. She was asking
No, she brought
Daniel,
it up, but she didn't really, elicit a response from him like, yes, I was a bully.
I mean, I think she did a pretty good job being like, we saw what you did.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, she was like, all right, you were really going after Taylor this whole season. Was that personal or was that for game reasons? And he said it was both. Mm-hmm. And then he was like, oh, I really love Palomar, like Taylor. After what she did to Paloma, like I had to...
What did she do?
Target her. Exactly. She didn't do shit to Paloma.
Yeah.
I can't believe this freaking fake-ass narrative that he's been holding on to this whole time. But he's like, Paloma's like a little sister to me, like I'm protective, blah, blah, blah. She didn't do anything!
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, he said it was a mix of personal and game. So...
In his own mind.
Yeah. Then Julie, she did the same thing that she brought up when she told Nicole about the leftovers.
Yeah.
This alliance was formed
because y'all sucked.
In response to that confrontation when Daniel was like calling out Taylor with the lays in the bathroom.
Is it with the lays?
With the lays? And yeah, people were upset with the treatment of Taylor. That's part of what brought them together. And you could just see Daniel's face as he was hearing this explanation. He's like,
yeah.
But then he tried to play it off like, oh, I'm rooting for them. Like, I'm such a fan, blah, blah, blah.
I'm a super fan.
I think he's realizing he effed up.
Yeah.
Anyway, then it was time for goodbyes. And there were some really creative,
snarky,
wonderful goodbye messages in here.
Yes. So, up first.
People really, they were good form.
Yeah. Michael held up 2 pieces of bread. And he said, if I close one of my eyes and put your head in the middle, it's an idiot sandwich.
Oh my God! Michael.
Good work.
Michael.
Bravo.
He referenced the Gordon Ramsay, Julie Chen meme. Are you kidding me right now? Like, iconic. He's an icon.
Yeah, he really is.
He's doing the damn thing. Amazing. Chef's kiss.
Yes.
Hell's Kitchen chef's kiss.
You donkey. All right.
I still can't believe he did that. Amazing.
That was above and beyond.
Yeah.
Kyle, the sheep is you.
Bah! Again, Kyle taking credit, being like, I put together the leftovers, and, I don't feel like it was totally his baby here. I mean, he definitely helped put it together, but he is taking some full credit in these goodbye messages.
Taylor.
She got her last laugh.
I guess we will be speaking on finale night.
Yeah, I was really happy for her that she had that moment.
And Julie said, listen up, kids. I've had enough with Daniel here.
Well, wait. Okay, so she calls the house kids back into the living room, and everybody's sitting down, and then she's like, Jasmine, I will wait for you because I don't want you to get injured again. I'm just waiting.
Even Julie has had enough.
I know. I'm just waiting for Jasmine to, fake fall into the Willy Wonka somersault and then be like, ta-da!
Yes.
But yeah, she took her time
to do that.
Getting back to the couch.
All right. So Julie said Festies is over.
Oh!
No more besties.
We don't have to say Festy Besties anymore. Yay!
What is it going to be next? We know. All right. So everyone has made it to jury.
They were all very happy to hear that.
We're getting that stipend.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Absolutely.
Right. And
then she let them know, okay, so earlier this week you competed in a classic BB competition, OTEV,
Right.
and now we got another one for you.
Oh, what is it, Julie?
It's the wall.
Oh, no.
This is exciting.
So this was a fun one.
Yeah.
Because the wall looked like no other wall I had seen in the history of Big Brother.
Yeah, so this was supposed to be like conspiracy theory fest, right?
You got your aluminum foil hats. You got your...
Flat earthers.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be standing on a flat earth. I enjoy this. Yeah. I would highly, highly, highly recommend this documentary on Netflix about flat earthers. I can't remember what the title is right now. If you remember, drop it in the comments, but it's so good. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
It is wild.
It's wild.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, they're doing the wall competition, and it's an endurance. They're still doing it right now. If you want to know the winner before the next episode, check out today's spoiler. I will post the winner in the
Let me just say, before we even closed out the show, Jasmine jumped off.
After all that talk about how she was going to be up there, she was going to win.
Julie's last word, Jasmine stepped forward, turned, little pivot, and plopped on her big butt.
She was going to pop off those fake nails and cling on to that wall. Ah!
Well, I mean, they were shooting spray paint guns, water.
Well, it seemed like that
little
first
foamy bricks.
chemtrail thing that they were supposed to do didn't really work right. It only hit like 2 people, it seemed.
It must have been clouds.
You knew that Jasmine was not going to last long. Her hat had already fallen off like pretty quickly, or she threw it to the ground. I don't know.
Yeah.
But she's out.
She was the only one who fell before the show ended. But Julie dropped a couple bombs.
Oh my goodness. Okay, she didn't tell the house guests, but she let us know. There will be a new twist coming up.
The house is going to be divided in 2. And there's going to be a double eviction.
Like no other. What?
One side of the house will not know what the other side of the house is doing.
There will be, I think she said like little to no communication between the two sides.
I don't know how they're going to do it unless they're going to take half of the house to that off-site
I think
area.
They're going to be in another area.
Yeah.
It feels like Survivor, like they're in separate tribes, and this is like pre-merge, but it also reminds me, I don't know what it was exactly. I want to say it was Australia, but wasn't there a season where they split the house and there was like plexiglass in between, and like one side was new and modern and the other side was like
Are you thinking of like Glass House or something?
I don't know. I thought there was a show. I thought it was a Big Brother show, but in another country, and they did that, and like, I don't think it's going to be like that, but they're going to be separated, and
I wonder if it's going to be determined by like chain of safety, or
I don't know. I'm not sure how they're going to split the 2 sides.
Maybe it's going to be who fell off the wall first, or
I don't think so, because I believe this starts next Thursday. Next Thursday is a 2-hour episode.
Right.
And then it's going to be wild. Yeah, so I guess like one person's going to be evicted from each side, but like this is really going to shake things up.
I hope that 2-hour episode starts at 8.
I freaking wish, but I don't think so.
No!
I bet she's going to start at 9. It's going to be a late night. But I'm really, really excited to see this twist. I feel like this is not anything that we've seen before on the show.
Unprecedented.
Thanks, Big Brother! But it's going to be 2 separate games going on. I don't know what that's going to look like on the feeds.
It's going to be Pandemony.
Yeah, so, woo, let us know your thoughts on this episode in the comments.
I couldn't see a thing.
Yeah, well, you did a great job. So, we'll see you all next time. Make sure you check out tomorrow's spoiler. And, until next time, much love.